You know. My favorite quote of mine actually comes from Lord of the Rings as well. Let me see where I can actually get this up on the screen, because it's a really good scene. Looking more.
It's time to play the game. Time to play the game.
That is some actually crazy timing and placement. I can't even be mad about that one.
It's like in the great stories, Mr. Frodo. The ones that really mattered. Full of darkness and danger they were. And sometimes you didn't want to know the end. Because how could the end be happy? How could the world go back to the way it was when so much bad happened? But in the end, it's only a passing thing. This shadow. Even darkness will pass. A new day will come. And when the sun shines, it'll shine out the clearer. Those were the stories that stayed with you. That meant something. Even if you were too small to understand why. But I think, Mr. Frodo, I do understand. I know now. Folk in those stories had lots of chances of turning back, only they didn't. They kept going. Because they were holding on to something. What are we holding on to, Sam? But there's some good in this world, Mr. Frodo. And it's worth fighting for.
Cinema. I would like to think that this actually really hit Gollum and Sméagol really hard. And really touched the side of Sméagol. I feel like Gollum unfortunately just took complete control near the end, and I feel like there was still good in Sméagol, but unfortunately it just didn't win.
Middle-earth games.
In a world where those words actually destroyed Gollum and woke Sméagol and turned him good and helped him to the end, I did.
A reboot.
Yes, I did. It still makes me sad about like he is a very tragic tale, unfortunately. Like I know a lot of people hate him, but I feel so sad for him. I think he really tried resisting as much as he could when he started transforming, because he saw what he was becoming, but at that point the ring already had too much power.
Specifically, Gollum. Cue the third movie.
It is because Frodo was still so young. He had so much to learn about the world. He didn't know about greed or anything. He was just a small little hobbit who just wanted to live a life of peace and quietness. He didn't care for money. He didn't care about, greed
Sam
or
was
anything.
The real hero of
he
Lord
just
of the
cared
Rings.
about his friends
He
and
stuck by his
those
friend
around
until
him.
the end
He
and
was
didn't
filled with
falter
innocence,
even
and the ring
once.
was not able to overpower that near the end. Unfortunately, it still won at the end.
Frodo was in his
Almost.
50. Unfortunately,
isn't
it all
50
came
considered
crazing
young for a
down for
hobbit?
Sméagol when he thought Frodo betrayed him, and Gollum returned. It all got destroyed by those soldiers from Gondor. Sag. Time to play
waiting, old man.
Gollum.
Yeah, 50 years is still extremely young for a hobbit.
To be
That's
fair,
like
without
15
him
or
Frodo
so.
would have walked off
Like
with the ring at
16.
the peak of Mount Doom. Him attacking Frodo at the end was the one thing that destroyed the ring. My favorite quote comes from the "I am so glad I'm finally returning back home" song.
Smeagol wasn't a good person, I think he was, but they had just discovered the ring, and the ring had been sleeping forever, so it had its full power just blown out of the water, literally. So it had been dormant. That's how I view that, as it's been dormant forever and its power has been kept for so long until somebody finally discovers it. Yes, it did have a mind of its own. Yes. It was filled with darkness and everything and wished to return to its master, just like how Gandalf said. That's why I also said like it has its own power, like it can control how it unleashes it, and it unleashes it at its full force when it was discovered to start its journey. I'll always be so confused though about what's his name. He's the one at the beginning of Lord of the Rings who is with Sauron. Or sorry man, excuse me. Saruman.